Sasha Pavosho. Babes. Babes. Those knees don't lie, okay? Gave it. Hey, who gitiwa? I know, guys. I know. Begusetshenzwa on that stage when he was there. Aye, sweating, fly kicks. Aye, they were doing it. Loved it. It was a very entertaining performance. That stage was fraudulent. Like, fraud. Fraud. Whoever put that thing together. I know, guys. I know. The stage, guys. Kanako e. It's all. It's all. It's all. But people were just like, we don't care a damn. We're going to do the things to do the things. And they did the things. Abafana Shem came. The dancers, Masanele. 8. Okay. 8. They were dancing. Dancing. I know. No, those people were dancing. I don't even want to lie. So uniform is a big thing. The choreography and the dancers, that also has to be on point. And thirdly, like chias, okay? Spirit on 100%. It was just spitty, manga, slippy. Full stop. I mean, hello, darlings, and welcome back to Rachadi's View with me, the Rachadi who gives you my view on reality. And welcome to our review of Kings of Maskandi. I'm catching up, guys. I'm catching up. Bear with me, patience. I'm catching up. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of Kings of Maskandi, where we are just celebrating men on their healing journey, and we are so happy to see it. So let's see in episode 3 what actually is going to ensue. So episode 3 starts with Kulegani the MC. Kulegani MC calls all of the artists for a meeting, and we see everybody approaching the venue, talking about, what they think this might be about. They're all not so sure, but they're all like, I when we get there. They come in, one, everybody sits down, and they're giving commentary about how they love it when they come together because they can learn from each other. And I am loving the collaborative spirit and the collaborative energy that people are coming to this meeting with. Because, those who haven't watched season 1, the whole premise around the show was that they're bringing together these 4 different Maskandi artists, and it's about sort of fostering community, and obviously putting Maskandi in the forefront. So season 1 was the whole season was around them having this competition to sort of find out who's the king of Maskandi, and they'd go to everybody's little village, I suppose. So every village would host, and then they'd have the big ultimate showdown at the end of the season, which is the one that Bahube lost. I mean, Bahube won. Your child. He won. He was crowned the king of Maskandi. So for this season, what they're doing is that Kulegani MC sits them all down and tells them that Bahube is not defending his title this year because they're going to be doing things a little bit differently. So the changes for this year is that number 1, there's a cash prize, which everybody is excited about. And because last year, I mean, you were winning the glory and the title, and that was it. So now there's money. And secondly, what they've said is that every act, so all of them, all 3 of the guys, have to bring in a sort of mentee act. So essentially, each guy is going to find another younger Maskandi artist that they are going to sort of train and coach, and that artist is going to be the opening act for them. And I suppose that, the intention here is to groom young artists, is to mentor them, and to also give them visibility on the show and within the Maskandi community, which is so wonderful. Collaboration, sort of creating a pipeline for younger artists to come in, and we're loving it. I love to see it. Then we go into the next scene, and there's Kulegani Shongwe, my man, my guy, Kulegani is sitting with his team. He's meeting with them, so the dancers, because he's noticed that Velevele, there's been some discord in the team. Team spirit is not as high as it used to be, so he takes them to the beach. Beautiful beach. Somebody must tell me where that beach is. Gorgeous. White sands, beautiful water. Takes them to the beach so that they can be in a proper environment to sit down and have this conversation. So he sits down and he opens up and lets them know that, listen, I've noticed, guys, we are not together. Simunye is not happening. So, I want us to sit and discuss it, and I'm opening the floor for anybody to express their issues. And the one guy says that, he's relatively new to the group, but definitely, yes, there is discord. They are not united, they are not one. Then one of the ladies opens up and she speaks about one of the guys who's been nominated as sort of like the de facto head dancer in charge, right? And she says that this guy's not really taking initiative. He'll come to rehearsals late, like after they've arrived, and then he's not running the rehearsals properly, utlangala, and he'll just leave. And she's just like, you're not basically taking charge and running it the way that you should because you are umpati, basically. And then one of the other ladies, so there's two ladies. So the one lady says that. The other lady then also says that, she's got an issue with this head dancer in terms of how he is correcting, her in particular and how he speaks to her. And she says that he is not treating her the same as everybody else. So there's no equal treatment. And it's becoming a problem for her. And basically, we're not speaking to each other with respect and treating us equally. And then Kulegani reminds them that, guys, officially, these dogs. Okay. Kulegani reminds them that, these dogs, guys. Yeah! Maybe I must take them a picture. Can snap it and just put it because clearly they are just co-stars on these reviews. Every time, can press a play. Y'all just want to be acting up crazy. Anyway, so Kulagadi reminds them that, like, guys, this person was not actually officially nominated as a leader of the dancers. So let's keep that in mind. In his diary, he's like, I've heard all sides of the story. And essentially, I wanted to create that platform so everybody can speak and I can hear what's happening. And somewhere in between all of these stories is the truth. But we move to the next scene, so we don't actually get any resolution. We don't know how Kulegani resolves this, or if it was just a session for everybody to pause and then he's going to come back with feedback. We shall see. Then we go and we are introduced to the mentees for each of the three guys. So the first mentee they introduce us to, his name is, where's Dinchatse, guys? Dinchatse. Wait a second. Wait a minute. All right. The first mentee that we get introduced to is Kulegani's mentee, and his name is Magaza. Okay. Kulegani says that he likes this guy very much because he invests a lot in his craft and in his talent. And for Kulegani, he's like, I'm always going to support somebody who is passionate and shows initiative about their own development and their own career. So this is why he's supporting this guy. We hear from Umagaza, who says he started out in 2017 and he sings Maskandi because he loves traditional music and was raised on traditional music. He has released an album, and he got some notoriety and some traction from that. But he says that the real challenge is that even with that album, it's still very difficult to get recognition in the industry when people don't know your name and you're still building a name for yourself. So, he has experienced this thing of being sidelined within the industry. So obviously he's excited here because visibility and the bigger platform. Next person is Bahube's person, who's called Mpupe. He started in 2017 and he says that he hasn't released an album, but he does have a hit song about his ex. Oh, guys, heartbreaky. Heartbreaky. Wait, I'm glad that these men have, a channel to express their heartbreak and their emotions. But, like, I don't know what this ex was doing because I think the song, when I heard it, had something to do with, this ex who now all of a sudden o rata dipia and o rata le bashimane. So it's real. Bahube says he chose him because he thinks this guy's very good and he wants to support him and, give him that platform to shine. Mpupe says, it's cold in this industry. It's been rough. His journey in the music industry has had its challenges and it has led to a lot of his friends bataba muchigela. So he's pretty much a bit of a loner. And what he does is he prefers to spend his time, finding the OGs in the game to, speak to him and give him some advice so that he can also learn to be independent within this industry. Kanti, it's rough, guys. It must get, I don't know, but like the music industry is the music industry. Like entertainment, Satani is there. So the third mentee is the mentee wa Abafana Baganumeni, and his name is Sanele. But otherwise, I think his stage name is what? Idla Iputuma. Yeah, that's his stage name. He's from Newcastle. And he has also had quite a popular song about an ex. Hey, guys, the ex song. Hey, exes, guys. Jolo. Good inspiration for art and creativity. But like, everybody be writing about these exes. So he says he grew up with Maskandi. His grandfathers sang Maskandi, so he didn't really have a choice in what sort of music and industry he was going to go into. But he feels it's a calling, and when God has given you this gift and it's a calling, you can't really turn away from it or run away from it. So he's pushing through. One thing I must say about Sanele though, how old is this person, guys? Because he's looking just very much like a youngin. Like he looks like a teenager. I don't know if his height is not helping him, but like, how old is this person, guys? Because yes, let's push and support people, but like child labor, just saying. And he released an album in 2023. So these mentees are seeming like, they're people who've been in the game for a while. They've got experience. Asibo Mafigi Zolo, which I'm glad about. One thing I'm not happy about, this is like 3 other new characters that I now have to follow their lives. And y'all better bring it, is all I'm saying. If I'm going to be spending time talking about you, Halipora, I'm going to skip over you. I'm so sorry because we're here for the other 4 main guys. But we'll see as the show progresses. So it's the day of the Mbizo. So it's the first one. And this is happening in Kulegane Shongwe's sort of village, which is called, let's check the notes so I don't mispronounce because, guys, Mazulu Batlonketang. If I don't pronounce this properly. What is it called? I think Mtwalume. Yeah, he's from Mtwalume. So Kulegan is explaining in his diary session that, like, when we go into the space, where we sort of perform, we have to essentially like go in first, connect to Abapansi, let them know that we're here, announce to them that, we've come to do this in Bizo. And because they do it on a mountaintop, and I think it's quite a sacred place with a lot of history. So he says every time they get into that place, go Isibaya first, and then there they do a customary traditional prayer, which is, singing and dancing, which is called umtemelezo. Yeah, that's what happens Kwesibaya when they perform the mbizo. And I appreciate that I'm learning things that I didn't know about, like Zulu culture and cultures that are also specific to all the different villages, which I'm loving, but also just loving that, like, Kulegane. Guys, wait a second, I'm gonna put the picture. Kulegane, that diary session, more appearing white. But like Kulegane, guys, is my guy. Those teeth, that smile, happy white. Tell us down. Tell us down. Mona Pansy. So he's the one, but like really, the most attractive thing about him, and I will still maintain this, is his heart. This man, guys. Isitima. Daddy. Okay, but like, you know what? Let's save that for my personal time and my personal life. We're not here for that. So we're here to review, but So Kulegan is doing the dance. Everybody joins in. We're singing, we're dancing. Okay, Umbizo's open. And so Kulegani MC, he's getting on the stage, MCing, welcoming all the people. There were actually quite a lot of people. It was full. Once again, this is eye-opening and interesting to see that, yes, guys, people in Makaya, they support. They are there to be entertained and to sing along and to also dance in the background, which is really great to see. What I have picked up with these Maskandi performances, which I am new to, is that number one, most people, we're not singing, it's not live singing. So just prepare yourself for that. So because they're not doing live singing and we're lip syncing, the performance is what this is all about. And the criteria, it seems here, the criteria Maskandi, like it's like a wish list. I could date my family. Criteria for the day is number one, uniforms and outfits are very much important. We are color coordinated. Like somebody, and like high five to Maskandi because y'all are also giving seamstresses supporting that industry because I know guys so uniform is a big thing, the choreography and the dancers that also has to be on point. And thirdly, like yes, okay, spirit on 100%. So that seems like it's where we're at. So we start with the mentees. I can read the opening acts first. So first one, Kim Pupe. Mpupe comes on stage. It started, but then now they tell him to stop because the stage is teka-teka-ring and literally falling apart while people are trying to perform. They have to stop him in the middle of a show. Everybody gets off the stage and then they try to repair it. Mpupe was quite disappointed with this because babes, first act to hit the stage and the stage is falling apart. And I think also for him, he was in the groove and had to stop and get back on. But he was, yeah, he did the best that he could, I think. After he came back and he admits that he's a bit of a perfectionist. So, for him things went well but could have been better because he's seeing all of the things that didn't go well. Personally, I wasn't loving the colors of like the team. It's this teal FNB colors that's I was not understanding. It's just not working for me, just as an aesthetic. But do you boo? But Mpupe came on the stage. He was gitting. Brother was gitting for gold. And the dancers, at least you can see, like people have practiced here. You know what I mean? Like this is not child's play, which is what I love. They're respecting their audience for taking it seriously. Next on stage, is Sanele. What Sanele comes on stage. Idla Iputuma. I know, brother. The dancers, Masanele. 8. Okay. 8. They were dancing. Dancing. I know. No, those people were dancing. I don't even want to lie. His dancers are on point doing the things. Okay, they did them. They did them. 4 guys and 1 lady. I know. Begusetshenzwa on that stage when he was there. Aye, sweating, fly kicks. Aye, they were doing it. Loved it. It was a very entertaining performance. Then Magazi comes up. This is Kulegadi Shongwe's person. His uniforms were actually really good. I think the outfits were great. It was like white and like a royal blue. I'll see if I can get some pictures and like I'll just post them so you guys can see. If I can't, sorry. But I'll look for the pictures. And Makazi was there. He has a guitar. He was swinging it all over the place. It seems like these guitars are more props than like musical instruments when we're performing on the stage with Maskandi, which like fine. But he was doing the things. He was Chuck Norrising. I want to get that guitar, Karaino, so it was a very good performance actually from all of the mentees. They did really well. And then we get the OGs. First to go on the stage is Bahube, the current Maskandi king. Before he gets on stage, like we just see the state of that stage once again. And Bahube was also like, guys, you want us to be performing on a stage that looks like this. That stage was fraudulent. Like Fraud. Fraud. Whoever put that thing together. I know, guys. I know. And for me, what was so worrying is because, like, you can see, like, the pallets are lifting. It's not flat. And people are jumping and getting all over this thing. And I was just like, this can be a proper medical emergency in a minute. But thank God, Bahube went on, performed, my brother. Hi, no, 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 no. He's a great performer. Great performer. Gave everything on stage, even his team, his dancers. Listen, this is the one thing I'm gonna give big ups to with these Maskandi Kings. They are actually, guys, people are performing out here. They're performing, we are practicing, we are professional, we are organized, we are uniform. Ka diaparo tsa rona. Shem, high five. High five. This is not just a joke. These people are for real, and I really do appreciate it. It looks great. He was also, Bahube, very surprised and grateful by the reception that he got from the crowd because, it is Kulegani's village. But, he felt the love and he really appreciated it and left it all on the stage. I gave it. Next up was Abafan. No, was it? Yes, it was. Abafana Bagangumeni were next. They also came out flying by this stage. The stage, guys. Kanako e. It's all. It's all. But people were just like, we don't care a damn. We're going to do the things to do the things. And they did the things. Abafana Shem came out in the animal skin, topless out there, even light skinned soprano guy. He's a bit of a fatty, but he was the Ashapa Vosho. Babes. Babes. Those knees don't lie, okay? Gave it. Hey, who get you? I know, guys. No, okay. I can understand why people go to these shows sometimes. I personally won't be standing in the back for all those hours, but watching it on TV, fantastic. These are performers. Gave it their everything. But then they were saying in their diary sessions, Abafana, that like, no, the crowd when we first came up, they weren't giving us the love that, they had given us the year before when they'd performed there. Then soprano brother like makes a statement that no, maybe people were whispering in other people's ears, telling them not like to scream and shout for us. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but like this is what he says. So then his other dark skinned brother, Maleven, gets on the mic and he's like, guys, we've come to entertain you. We've come to perform for you. Please show us some love, some entertainment. The people start clapping and cheering and like it takes them to attain because flying, flying, flying. I know they were dancing. They were performing the energy on 5,000. Like it was a great performance. Wonderful to them. On a stage like this. On top of it all, stage Iliso. I 10 out of 10. Then the last to perform is Kulegani Shongwe. He came out, he gave a strong performance. Everybody was coordinated. It was great, but like, I'm not going to lie, like the other people were showing out. Okay. Kulegani gave, but like, he didn't eat. The others, they ate. Okay. But maybe it was also because it was in his hometown. So he's organizing, he's distracted, Uko background doing all of the other things. But like the performance looked good, but it just didn't seem like it was on 5,000, But in his diary entry, he says that he really loved the energy from the crowd and was feeling the connection, and his team was doing the things that needed to be done. So, high five. Then the drama when it comes to the voting, because this episode didn't end so well. Because number one, we never found out who actually won. There was no announcement made. All we are hearing now, kidi him in people's diary entries. Oiwani Kulegani is also saying, hi, Linna, I'm just hearing the him, that people were saying that the voting wasn't done properly. Then Abafana, they are insinuating in their diary entry that because it was the locals in Kulegani's village, they were hiding the boxes of the other artists so people couldn't vote properly, and it should never have been the locals who were managing the votes. It was just I'm a sleepy, just manga business, manga business. So it was just a mess. Bahube then also comes out in his diary and is saying that Kulegani, the MC, was also not doing his job the way he should have been doing it. He wasn't giving everybody an equal amount of time on stage to introduce themselves, to build a rapport with the crowd. Kulegani was talking over other people, the MC. Like, it was just pity, manga, sleepy. Full stop. I mean, so we don't even know who won. And that's how the episode ended. It was just a mess. And that's unfortunate because after such a wonderful performance and a lovely good time that everybody else had. But besides that and the voting, because I also don't know, like Mzansi, why don't you just tell us who won? Even if it was manga. Let's hear who's the manga winner, you know. But it's fine. Mess. But great performances. It was lovely to see the guys doing what they do best. And giving us a nice episode of Maskandi and outfits and dancing and getting and just getting down. It was lovely. And that's the end of our review for episode 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did watch it, please let me know in the comments, like, who was your favorite? What did you enjoy? And what are we learning about Maskandi and Zulu culture while we are watching the show? So it can't only be me. Tell me what stood out for you. Tell me what was a hit, what was a miss, and let's chat about it. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, oh my God, guys, subscribe. Goodness. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Click the notification bell. and share. Because once again, this show is about more than this Maskandi music. We love it when we see it, but we just love to see it's just black men cooperating, collaborating, encouraging each other. Like, beautiful. Subscribe, like, share, and I will see you at our next review. And remember to spread love, not hate. From Lahedi. Ciao.